Hey, what the hell is going on right now?
What are you talking about, Scarlet?
What am I talking about? Seriously? You've been avoiding me for days now, barely saying a word, acting like I'm not even here. We used to be fine, Garrett. Things were good between us. Now you're cold, distant, and honestly, kind of cruel. You don't even try to hide it.
Oh, that's what this is about?
Don't that's what this is about me. This isn't some minor misunderstanding. I've been living under the same roof with you and your parents, and now suddenly none of you will even look me in the eye. If I've done something wrong, just say it. Don't leave me walking around this house like I'm invisible. What exactly is the problem here?
You want to know what the problem is? There's a long list, Scarlet, a very long list.
Excuse me?
For starters, you barely do anything around the house. The laundry piles up, the dishes sit there for hours. You're always holed up with that scowl on your face, buried in your work.
That's not fair. I've told you 100 times that I'm a comic artist. I work from home, yes, but I'm constantly dealing with deadlines. I have to prioritize that sometimes, and I know your parents help out, and I'm not trying to take advantage of them. I've always appreciated their help.
Help out? Scarlet, they do everything. My mom is pushing 70 and still scrubbing the floors because you're too busy with panels. Try seeing things from their side for once.
I do see it. I've always felt guilty about it, Garrett. That's exactly why I've been paying the mortgage on this place. I've covered every cent of this house. So don't act like I've contributed nothing. That's unbelievably unfair.
So now you're saying we should all just bow down to you because you pay the bills?
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying that I've been doing what I can to keep this family afloat. I work my ass off to make sure we have a roof over our heads, your parents included, and all I've ever wanted in return is a little bit of support.
Yeah, you paid off the mortgage, and sure, that's given us some stability. My mom said the old house was falling apart, and she's grateful not to be living under a leaking roof anymore.
Exactly! That's why I bought this place in the first place. Your parents needed somewhere safe. I don't have family of my own, Garrett. Your parents are the closest thing I have. I've always tried to treat them with love and respect.
And maybe they appreciated that once, but now the situation's changed.
What does that even mean?
It means that since you finished paying off the mortgage, we don't need you anymore.
What?
Yeah, you heard me. The house is paid off. It's ours now. And with that, your usefulness kind of ran out.
Are you seriously saying this right now?
We had a family meeting about it. Starting today, we've decided we're not acknowledging you anymore.
A family meeting? You had a family meeting about me? Without me?
Of course we did. You're not family anymore.
You can't be serious. This is insane. You think you can just cut me out after everything I've done? Just like that?
It's not about what's allowed. It's about what we want, and we don't want to talk to you anymore.
Garrett, are you really saying this to me? To your wife?
I am. I don't want to argue anymore. I don't even want to see your face.
Wow. You know what? Fine.
Playing tough now?
No, this isn't an act. You think what you're doing is okay? That it'll all just blow over and you'll still come out looking like the reasonable one?
Honestly, I don't see a problem. We're fine without you. The house is fine. My parents are fine.
Right, got it. So, I pay off the mortgage, keep this entire household financially secure, and your thank you is exile. You never saw me as family. I was just a paycheck with a name.
That's your opinion.
It's not just an opinion, it's reality. And trust me, if you think I'm going to roll over and accept this, you're dead wrong.
What are you gonna do, Scarlet? You can't undo the loan payment.
No, but I can absolutely make sure the deed reflects who actually owns this house. And if you think you can push me out of a property I paid for, you've got another thing coming.
Wow, that's real classy. You gonna take my parents to court too?
I gave your parents a home out of love. You all turned around and threw me out like trash the moment you thought you didn't need me. You want a war over this? Fine, let's go to war. Mia, do you have a minute?
What's going on, Scarlet?
Well, the truth is, something strange has been happening at home. My husband and his parents have started ignoring me, like, completely, as if I don't exist.
What? Are you serious? That's horrible. Where did this come from?
That's the thing. It came out of nowhere. One day, everything was fine, and then suddenly, it was like I wasn't even part of the family anymore. All of them, together. It's like they planned it.
Did something happen between you and Garrett? A fight, maybe?
No, nothing like that. Not really. Garrett mentioned something about the house mortgage, but it didn't make much sense at the time. I guess it could just be a buildup of little things over time, but I never thought it would lead to this.
Do you think this is leading to a divorce?
I think it might. I don't see how we can go on like this. I can't live in a house where everyone acts like I'm a ghost. It's not something I can just tolerate forever. Of course, it depends on how he responds, but I'm getting myself ready. If it does come to that, would you be willing to help me through the process?
Of course I would. Anything you need, I'm here. But seriously, do they think this behavior is okay? What on earth are they trying to accomplish?
I really don't know.
Wait, that house, you bought it, didn't you? It's in your name?
Yes, I paid for it with my own money, every penny. It belongs to me.
Then they're shooting themselves in the foot. If they're trying to isolate you and push you out of a home you paid for, that's not just wrong, that's unbelievably short-sighted.
Maybe so, but I think they're acting emotionally, not rationally. There's this resentment building in them that I didn't notice before. I think it's been festering for a while, and now it's coming out like this.
If you explain the situation calmly, especially regarding ownership and legal facts, maybe you can prevent this from escalating.
Maybe, but if we're only staying together because of logic and property law, is that really a relationship worth saving?
That's a fair point. No one wants to stay in a marriage just because of paperwork.
Either way, I'll try speaking with Garrett one last time. Maybe I can get through to him.
I think that's the right move, and if it doesn't work, I'll step in and help mediate. We'll make sure it's handled properly.
Thank you, Mia. Really, if it comes to that, I'll be counting on you. Garrett, I've had enough.
Of what? What now?
I honestly thought maybe, just maybe, you'd come to your senses. I thought you'd stop ignoring me and start acting like a decent human being again. But I guess that was wishful thinking.
You thought wrong. I told you already I'm done talking to you. I don't even want to acknowledge you anymore.
Then you and I are finally on the same page. I feel exactly the same way now.
Glad to hear it.
Being in this house, breathing the same air as people who treat me like I'm nothing, has become unbearable. So let's not drag this out any longer. Let's get a divorce.
Fine by me. That was inevitable.
It's such a shame. You used to respect me, Garrett. You used to actually care about me, about what I do, about my career. You even said you admired my work. You made me believe we had something real. Now I barely recognize the man I'm talking to.
Hate to break it to you, but I never really loved you in the first place.
What did you just say?
I said I never loved you. You were a successful manga artist. I figured you had money, and yeah, I thought being married to you would make my life easier, so I went along with it. And sure, you gave me a comfortable life, I'll give you that, but the rest of it, living with you, it's been a nightmare.
You really are disgusting. Fine, let's wrap this up quickly. I don't want to share a roof with you a second longer.
Believe me, the feeling's mutual.
I'm contacting my attorney. From this point forward, we communicate through them. No more direct contact.
Whatever, that's fine with me.
Good, then get out. Pack your things and leave this house today.
Excuse me? What the hell are you talking about?
Don't pretend you don't understand. This house is mine. I bought it. I paid every single mortgage payment. You and your parents were only able to live here because I allowed it. You're not family anymore. You don't get to stay.
You're delusional if you think this house is yours.
I'm not delusional. That's just the truth.
If you really think that, go check with the county clerk's office. You'll see that this house is under my name now.
What are you talking about? When we bought this place, it was in my name. I remember signing the papers.
Don't you remember? A while back, you said you wanted to switch the title over to me for some reason. You told me to take care of the paperwork, so I did.
What are you talking about? I never said that. I never told you to transfer the title.
Really? You sure about that? Maybe your memory's getting fuzzy.
Stop lying to my face. You changed the name behind my back, didn't you? You forged something or filed it without telling me.
Even if I did, it doesn't matter now. The name on the deed is mine. So when this divorce goes through, guess who's moving out? You!
That explains everything. The cold shoulder, the attitude, the sudden silence from you and your family. You waited until the mortgage was paid off so you could take everything and push me out.
You're finally catching on! The house is ours now! You're not part of it anymore, so go pack your things and get out!
I see exactly what kind of man you really are now. You lied to me. You manipulated me. You used me for years, and now you're trying to steal the one thing I built with my own hands and my own money.
Say whatever helps you sleep at night.
You want to play dirty? Fine. You've made your move, Garrett. Now it's my turn. And believe me, I will not be gentle.
What the hell is going on?
Oh, hi. If you're talking about the divorce, just hold tight. I'm still working through the paperwork on my end. These things take time.
I don't care about the divorce right now. That's not what I'm talking about. Where the hell is all the furniture?
Huh? What do you mean?
The furniture, Scarlett! The couches, the dining set, the appliances! Everything is gone! I walk into the house and it's practically empty! Did you seriously take it all?
No, I didn't take anything. I sold it.
You what?
You heard me. I sold all of it. The furniture, the kitchenware, the electronics, everything I bought for that house is gone.
Are you out of your mind? Do you even understand how much all of that cost?
Oh, I remember. Quite well, in fact. Because I was the one who paid for all of it when we moved in. I picked it all out. I swiped the card and I handled the deliveries. So yes, I had every right to sell what belonged to me.
Unbelievable! You didn't even ask me!
Ask you? Garrett, were you planning to return the thousands I spent furnishing that place? You never even said thank you. You walked through that house like everything was just owed to you.
That's not fair, and you know it!
I think we're done here. I wasn't expecting to be harassed over items that never belonged to you in the first place. You don't get to act outraged about things you never paid for.
You're doing this because you're bitter I got the house, aren't you? This is just some petty, vengeful stunt. This is exactly what I hated about you. Always vindictive and manipulative.
You think this is about revenge? You think I care enough to sabotage your little post-divorce fantasy life? Please, I've already moved on. And, by the way, that house you think is yours, you better get that idea out of your head, because I'm not letting this go. Not now, not ever.
You don't get a say anymore. The house is ours now. You lost. Deal with it.
Actually, I am getting a say. I just came from my attorney's office. We're building the case and I'm moving forward with formal action.
What kind of action?
Legal action. I went through the documentation and found the transfer request. You forged it. You submitted the change of ownership without my permission.
What are you even talking about? You said you wanted the title in my name. You asked me to handle it.
No, Garrett, that never happened. I never said anything like that. You did it behind my back, without my knowledge or consent. That document is fake.
That's ridiculous.
Is it? Because I kept paying the mortgage after the title supposedly changed, and all of that is documented. The loan was paid by me, from my account, every month. That means I can prove legal ownership. My attorney is filing with the county clerk and land registry. We're petitioning for reversal.
You're bluffing!
Not in the slightest. My attorney says we have a strong case, and if the registry doesn't cooperate, we'll take it to court. Either way, your little name switch isn't going to hold up.
You're insane. You can't just walk in and take the house back.
I can, and I will. Once the title is corrected, the house is going on the market, so I suggest you start packing. With the furniture gone, it's actually a perfect time for you to move out. Less to carry.
You can't be serious!
Oh, I'm completely serious. The house is too big for me anyway. I'll sell it and use the money for something better. Maybe a nice condo with a view, one that doesn't come with freeloaders.
This is unreal! You're really doing this?!
What did you expect? That you could steal everything I built and I'd just walk away quietly?
You're out of control!
No, I'm in control for the first time in a long time. This is my house, my money, and my life. You don't get to take any more from me. And from now on, any communication about the divorce goes through my lawyer. You and I have nothing left to talk about.
Hello, my name is Mia, and I'm the attorney representing Scarlett. I'm reaching out to begin formal discussions regarding the terms of your divorce.
Oh, it's you. Yeah, about that. Do you happen to know anything about the house?
Are you referring to the attempted title transfer?
Yeah, since you're her lawyer, I'm guessing you've already spoken with the county office or whatever.
I have, and I can tell you that Scarlett's petition was fully accepted. The documentation you submitted for the name change was determined to be falsified.
Wait! Seriously?
Quite seriously. Which means that legally, the house is being returned to Scarlett's name in full. Continuing to live there without her permission would now be considered unlawful occupation. I would strongly advise that you begin making plans to vacate the property.
Hold on a minute! This is a divorce, right? That means we're supposed to split the assets! Isn't there something like equitable distribution or whatever? Can't I still get the house through that?
Yes, property division is part of divorce proceedings. But whether or not you retain the house is another matter entirely. That would need to be negotiated.
Good! Then maybe I've still got a shot!
You could try, but I would advise against it.
Why? I have rights too, don't I?
Because, Mr. Garrett, you committed fraud. You forged a signature and submitted false paperwork to shift ownership of a major asset without consent. That's considered a serious act of misconduct in a divorce. When that happens, the courts can eliminate or drastically reduce the share you're entitled to. So, even if you are awarded a portion of the estate, it may only be a small cash value, nothing close to what you're hoping for.
This is ridiculous! I didn't think it would go this far!
And there is more. Scarlett is also filing for damages. She is pursuing spousal compensation.
Wait, what? She's suing me for alimony?
Not alimony, emotional damages. She's requesting compensation for the psychological distress caused by your prolonged silent treatment and the toxic environment you created within the marriage.
Are you kidding me? Now she wants to take the house and money? This is insane!
You do have one option to simplify matters. Scarlett is willing to offset the damages claim with the property division amount. In other words, if you waive your right to claim any shared assets, she will also drop her compensation claim. This would save you from having to pay additional penalties and legal fees.
She wants me to walk away with nothing?
Given your actions, that is generous, and it's worth pointing out that you are not the victim in this situation.
But she's the one who caused this divorce! She always acted like she was better than me! Just because she bought the house and paid the bills, she started lording it over everyone! She never made time for the family! She didn't care about anyone but herself! I'm not just gonna let her frame this whole thing like I'm the bad guy!
You can try that argument in court if you wish, but I would not recommend it. Scarlett can easily demonstrate that she made personal and professional sacrifices for your family.
What do you mean?
She negotiated with her publisher to reduce her workload so that she could be more present at home. We have documentation confirming that she turned down a serialization contract and several high-paying commissions.
I had no idea!
She also bought the house, not to flaunt her success, but out of guilt. She told me herself that she felt responsible for not being able to give your parents grandchildren. Buying that house was her way of giving them something meaningful, something secure.
I never knew that!
So no, Mr. Garrett, she was not looking down on anyone, and if we go to trial, we will present all of this as evidence. You will not only lose your claim to the house, but also be held financially responsible for emotional damages.
This is a lot to process!
Take your time, but understand this. If you choose to fight this in court, I will pursue every available legal path, not just as Scarlett's attorney, but as someone who considers her a friend. She gave you years of support, and this is how you repaid her. She deserves better, and I will make sure she gets it.
So, you gave up your claim to the property. That's been finalized.
Of course I did! You threatened me!
Threatened you? I didn't threaten anyone.
You told me you'd file a claim for emotional damages if I didn't back off! That's blackmail, Scarlett! I only gave in because you cornered me!
Or maybe, just maybe, you realized it was the right thing to do. Even if you won't admit it, you made the smart choice.
I don't need to hear you lecturing me about what's smart or not. You don't get to act like you're some moral authority now.
Fine, whatever helps you sleep at night. So what now? Are you moving in with your mom and dad?
Of course I am! What choice do I have? We already sold their old house, remember? We had to let go of everything thanks to you. You're the reason we lost it all!
Don't you dare try to put that on me. Everything that's happened has been the result of your own actions. Your choices brought you here. I'm not your scapegoat.
Whatever. The three of us will be fine. We'll rebuild without you. We don't need you anymore.
I hope that's true. But before you move on and start your brand new life, there's still something that needs to be addressed.
What now?
You forged legal documents. You filed false paperwork to try and steal the house title from me.
So what? That's done and over with.
You are aware that what you did falls under criminal forgery, right? Specifically, the creation and use of a falsified private document. That's a felony, Garrett.
Wait! What are you talking about?
We turned over the evidence. Once we had enough documentation to prove what you did, we contacted the authorities. At this point, law enforcement is already preparing to take action. You're going to be arrested.
Arrested? No! Come on! That can't be real! You're bluffing!
Do I look like I'm bluffing? You might have thought it was just some harmless trick, but the law doesn't work that way. You can't fake legal ownership and expect to walk away without consequences.
But arrested? That's insane! I wasn't trying to hurt anyone!
Whether you meant to or not doesn't matter. You tried to commit fraud. Now you're going to have to deal with what comes next.
So what now? I get thrown in jail?
That depends on you. If you show remorse, if you cooperate fully with the police, there might be leniency. But if you act like this is all unfair and play the victim, you might be spending some real time behind bars.
I can't believe this! How did it even come to this?
You brought this on yourself, every bit of it. From ignoring me in our own home, to trying to steal my property, to pretending like you were the one being wronged. You made your choices, Garrett, and now you get to live with them. I hope you finally take a long, hard look at what you've done. Not for me, but for yourself. Because whatever life you try to build from here on out, it's going to start with you being honest. And maybe for once, learning to take responsibility.
What the hell is going on?
Well, hello to you too. It's been a while. Is something wrong?
Don't act like you don't know! Things are a complete disaster over here because of you!
A disaster? What are you talking about? Oh, wait. Whatever happened with the police?
They came to my place, Scarlet. I was taken in for questioning and held at the station for hours!
So they really did follow up. I figured they would, but you didn't go to jail, right?
I didn't, only because it was my first offense. It was settled through a deferred judgment.
Then it all worked out for you, didn't it?
That's not the point! That's not what I'm mad about!
Then what are you mad about?
That damn comic you published, the one based on our divorce! What the hell were you thinking?
Oh, that. Yeah, I figured it would hit a nerve eventually.
You made me into a character in your story, and it's not even exaggerated. It's almost entirely accurate.
That's because I talked to my editor about everything that happened. The breakdown, the divorce, the betrayal. It just sort of came up when I was venting. She thought it was compelling and suggested we turn it into a series. Said readers would eat it up.
So you just agreed to make our private lives public?
Pretty much. I already had other series in progress, but this one, it practically wrote itself. It was the easiest thing I've ever put to paper, and it blew up. The response has been overwhelming. Honestly, it's been a huge help financially and emotionally.
You have got to be kidding me! Do you even realize what kind of trouble that's caused for me?
What trouble?
Almost everyone at work knows I was married to you, and now they've all read your little comic. They know exactly who it's about. You barely even changed the names!
I did change the names. I made sure of that, and I didn't lie about anything. Every scene is based on something you actually did. If I had made things up, sure, maybe you'd have a reason to be angry. But I didn't. You brought this on yourself.
Fine! Whatever happened in the past, I'll let it go! But I'm asking you now, please stop the serialization! Just end it!
Why would I do that? The story is just reaching its peak. The next few chapters are about how you forged documents to steal the house title and then got arrested for it. It's where things really start to pick up for the readers.
That's exactly the part I need you to cut!
Why? It happened over a year ago.
My company has a strict policy. If anyone becomes involved in a criminal investigation, even one that ends in a settlement, it's grounds for termination!
If that's true, then why are you still employed?
Because it was kept under wraps. I was questioned and it ended quietly. No formal charges, no internal review. But if they find out now, I could lose my job.
So that's it. You want me to stop because you're afraid your employer will find out the truth you worked so hard to hide.
Yes! Please, I'm begging you, don't keep publishing this. My job is on the line.
No, absolutely not. Why should I protect you after everything you did to me?
Because if you don't, I'll be fired. Is that really what you want?
It is not my responsibility to keep your job safe. You did the crime, Garrett. The fact that you kept it hidden is not my fault. If your company finds out and fires you, then that is a direct consequence of your own actions.
Scarlett, please! I have my parents living with me now! I'm supporting all of us!
Then find a new job. You don't get to guilt me over your choices. You're the one who tried to erase me from my own house. You think I forgot what you did the moment the mortgage was paid off? You started ignoring me like I didn't even exist.
I regret that! I do! I'm sorry for what I did back then!
Sorry? You forged a legal document. You tried to transfer ownership of a house I paid for entirely with my own money. You think a simple apology is enough?
But I already paid the price! I was investigated, detained, and humiliated!
Maybe that satisfies the legal system, but emotionally, personally, you have not paid nearly enough. You turned your back on me, tried to steal from me, and when that failed, you blamed me for everything that went wrong. No, you don't get forgiveness. Not from me.
Please, don't ruin what's left of my life!
I'm not ruining anything. I'm simply telling the truth. And I'm going to keep telling it page by page, chapter by chapter, until I am finished. Whatever happens to you is no longer my concern.
You can't be serious!
I am. And if you lose your job, maybe you'll finally understand what it feels like to have your life pulled out from under you, just like I did when you betrayed me. This is the fallout, Garrett. You earned it. After Garrett's arrest, his company quickly found out what had happened. Once the facts were confirmed, they wasted no time. Garrett was immediately dismissed through formal disciplinary action. It wasn't a quiet or sympathetic process. He was officially terminated, and the stain on his record would follow him. Desperate to recover, he began applying for new jobs, but it didn't go well. His age and damaged reputation made employers wary. Despite countless applications and interviews, no company wanted to take the risk. Eventually, Garrett gave up on the idea of becoming a full-time salaried worker again. Instead, he took on temp jobs through a staffing agency and began working part-time in a warehouse and other places. The work was grueling and unstable, but he had no other choice. His home life wasn't any easier. Though his wife stayed with him, their relationship suffered under the weight of public embarrassment and financial stress. They sold their second car, pulled their youngest out of private school, and moved into a smaller house. Garrett went from being a respected manager to a man just trying to survive. Meanwhile, my life moved in the opposite direction. I decided to channel everything I had experienced into my art. I drew a new comic inspired by Garrett's downfall. Although I fictionalized parts of the story, the emotional core was real. That comic became a massive hit. Readers connected deeply with the raw honesty of the narrative, especially women who had gone through similar betrayals. Suddenly, my name was everywhere. My work was being shared online, discussed in interviews, and recommended by influencers. That exposure brought countless opportunities. I was offered publishing deals, speaking gigs, and media collaborations. My once modest career transformed into something thriving and impactful. One of the most meaningful opportunities was being asked to write a weekly advice column for women facing difficult relationships. Through this column, I began reading letters from women all over the country, each of them sharing painful stories of emotional neglect, infidelity, or manipulation. It was eye-opening. Many of these women felt they had no one to turn to. Some were stuck in marriages with no emotional support. Others were battling financial abuse or isolation. Reading their stories, I realized just how widespread and silent this kind of pain really is. That realization changed me. I no longer saw myself as just an artist. I saw myself as someone who could support these women in a real way. I began thinking of new ways to help, including launching a nonprofit to provide legal support, mental health counseling, and career guidance for women in need. Garrett's fall, as painful as it was to witness, became a turning point in my life. His downfall pushed me toward my purpose. While he continues to work long hours just to get by, I found my voice and a new path. I am using my story, my art, and my platform to help others. Now, I'm focused on building something that will last, not just for me, but for every woman out there who feels powerless and unseen. Garrett may have lost everything, but in a way, I found everything I never knew I needed. And I'm not done yet. My mission now is to keep creating, keep connecting, and keep making a difference, one story at a time.